Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
I'd like to welcome you all to the Bullitt County Fiscal Court. It's 9:30, and Carl, would you mind leading us in a prayer, please, sir, and the invocation?
Thank you. Father God, we thank you for this great day. We thank you for the privilege of gathering together to do county business. Guide and direct, we pray, in the name of Jesus. And everybody said, Amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen.
Sam, would you call the roll and start the court, please?
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Mr. Logston?
Yes.
Mr. Laswell? Here. Mr. Rahill?
Yes.
Judge Summers?
Yes,
All present?
thank you. Treasurer's transfer report, if we have one.
Yes, Judge, and that would be dated for October the 20th of 2020 for your approval.
Second.
Got a motion by First District Magistrate Mitchell, a second by Second District Magistrate Logston to approve the treasurer's transfer report as presented. In discussion? Sam, call the roll.
Mr. Logston?
Yes.
Mr. Laswell?
Yes.
Mr. Rahill?
Yes.
Judge Summers?
Yes,
Mr. Mitchell? Yes. Motion carried.
thank you. Presentation and approval of all bills.
Second.
Got a motion by Fourth District Magistrate Rahill, a second by Third District Magistrate Laswell to approve all bills as presented. Any discussion? Sam, call the roll, please.
Mr. Laswell?
Yes.
Mr. Rahill?
Yes.
Judge Summers?
Yes,
Mr. Mitchell? Yes. Mr. Logston?
Yes.
Motion carried.
thank you. The treasurer's report, Canan.
Thank you. In your packets, I presented to you the appropriation condition report, a revenue journal transfer report, a fund receipt report, a warrant distribution, a monthly revenue journal, a long-term liability, and the financial statement through September the 30th of 2020 for your approval, and will be presented to the Department of Local Government.
I make a motion that we approve the treasurer's report as presented.
Got a motion by Second District Magistrate Logston, a second by First District Magistrate Mitchell to approve the treasurer's report as presented. Any discussion, gentlemen? Sam, call the roll.
Mr. Rahill?
Yes.
Judge Summers?
Yes,
Mr. Mitchell? Yes. Mr. Logston?
Yes.
Mr. Laswell?
Yes.
Motion carried.
thank you. Approval of the minutes for October 6th, 2020 meeting.
Second.
Got a motion by First District Magistrate Mitchell, a second by Second District Magistrate Logston to approve the minutes as presented. Any discussion? Sam, call the roll, please.
Judge Summers?
Yes,
Mr. Mitchell? Yes. Mr. Logston?
Yes.
Mr. Laswell?
Yes.
Mr. Rahill?
Yes.
Motion carried.
thank you. Presentations, what I would like to do from the county clerk's representative, Kevin's representative, help me with your first name. Ann, I'm sorry, Ann. If you'll just give us a brief timetable on the election and the dates and the times.
On election day, there will be 3 voting places: North Bullitt High School, Bullitt East High School, and Fairfax Springs from 6 to 6. We have early voting that is going on now. It is Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 1. And I have a few numbers if you want to, for what we've had so far. As of Saturday, there had been 6,367 that had voted in person for early voting. And then yesterday, there was 1,372. So it's moving, we had over 10,000 absentee mail-in requests. We've gotten back over 4,000 of those.
That's terrific, Ann.
Is that 1,300, is that in addition to the 63, or is that part of it?
Yes, the 1,372 was for yesterday.
So it's 7,739, Sean.
Haircuts, yes. Yeah. There seems to be positive response from most people that going in and out. Their wait time is not very long, so.
The only time it's ever going north Bullitt and Bullitt East is just on election day.
Election day, yes.
In Turkey Spring.
Yes, and on that day, there will be three of us. Dana will be at Haircut Springs to be, and if there's any issues, I'll be at Bullitt, and then one other employee will be up at North Bullitt to kind of monitor those locations.
Yeah, thanks for all y'all's help. I've seen on Facebook and social media, everybody's talked about how easy it really is to vote. There's a lot of concern, but, I've seen a lot of comments about how quick people are getting in and out of there, and it is really easy to vote early.
Well, I want to say that's awesome and everything, 'cause I said I wanted to see how everything was going up on primary day and everything. Like 4 or 5 minutes they was in and they was back in. It was beautiful. And 'cause I was just watching to see how it was doing, and everybody was really pleased with everything was going.
So that's probably, so you've had 4,000 back in already, 63, 10, so we've had about 12,000 already voted then, and
Out of 62,000 registered.
that seems like a pretty good percent already, not even before election day. But of course, it's presidential, so it's always up a little bit more, but
Yep.
that's good.
What percentage is that? Would they come up with 12,000 right now? What percentage would that be of our voters and everything right now?
Well, it's a fifth, and this would be about 20%.
I honestly haven't run the numbers yet to get the total.
What was the total number of registered voters?
62,000 and a few little, I think 178 or something like that.
Okay,
Yeah, you're up there pretty good.
that's real good.
Yep.
I don't know.
Monday through Friday, 8 to 4.
Yes.
Saturdays, 9 to 1.
Any other questions, gentlemen, from Ann? Ann, thank you so much for coming in today.
Appreciate y'all.
We're gonna skip old business because the attorneys haven't looked at the agreement. New business, second reading of zoning ordinance 20-15, Dallas Earl Harshfield and Dwight D. Harshfield and Eric E. Harshfield.
Yeah, Dennis, that's almost 20%, like the judge said, that's 18.8, 19%. So we've had a lot of elections probably where that many hadn't voted total entirely, it seems like maybe. Good, that's good.
This be second reading in Commonwealth, Kentucky, County of Bullitt, zoning ordinance number 20-15, an ordinance relating to the changing of zoning of certain property from agricultural to R1 residential. The property in question is 10.751 acres more or less, located on a portion of 5309 Cedar Grove Road in an unincorporated area of the county. Whereas the Fiscal Court of Bullitt County has considered the evidence of the public hearing held by the Joint Planning Commission and the recommendations of the Commission, the information provided in the staff report of the Office of Bullitt County Planning and Zoning, and the testimony and evidence presented at the public hearing held by the Fiscal Court. And whereas the Fiscal Court concurs in and adopts the reasons of the Joint Planning Commission for said zoning change and approves and accepts the recommendations of the Planning Commission in this matter as set out in said minutes, and determines that the proposed zoning change is acceptable and should be approved. Now therefore be ordained by the Fiscal Court of County of Bullitt, Commonwealth, Kentucky. Section 1, the above property located in the unincorporated area of Bullitt County, and more particularly described in the minutes and records of the Planning Commission in docket number 2020Z-16, is hereby changed from agricultural to R1 residential. Section 2, this ordinance shall take effect upon passage and publication as required by law. Section 3, should any section, provision, or part of this ordinance be declared unconstitutional or invalid for any reason by a court of competent jurisdiction, then the remainder of this ordinance shall not be affected and shall remain in full force and effect. Section 4, all ordinances and resolutions, to the extent they are inconsistent herewith, are hereby repealed. Given first reading and public hearing at a regular meeting of the Bullitt County Fiscal Court on the 6th day of October 2020. Given second reading and voted upon at a regular meeting of the Bullitt County Fiscal Court on the 20th day of October 2020.
Thank you, Rob. Any discussion, gentlemen? Hearing none, Sam, call the roll, please. Whoops, wait a minute, I need a motion.
Make a motion, we approve zoning ordinance 2015.
Second.
Got a motion by Fourth District Magistrate Ray Hill, a second by First District Magistrate Mitchell to approve zoning ordinance 20-15 as presented. Sam, call the roll.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Mr. Logston?
Yes.
Mr. Laswell?
Yes.
Mr. Rayhill? Judge Summers?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Rob, second reading of zoning ordinance 20-16, Jamie R. Blank, Justin L. Tennell, and Albert Tennell.
Second reading of Commonwealth of Kentucky County of Bullitt, zoning ordinance number 20-16, an ordinance relating to the changing of zoning of certain property from agricultural to R1 residential. The property in question is 5.33 acres, more or less, located on a portion of Tract 7, located on High Ridge Road, in an unincorporated area of the county. Whereas the Fiscal Court of Bullitt County has considered the evidence of the public hearing held by the Joint Planning Commission and the recommendations of the Commission, the information provided in the staff report of the Office of Bullitt County Planning and Zoning, and the testimony and evidence presented at the public hearing held by the Fiscal Court. And whereas the Fiscal Court concurs in and adopts the reasons of the Joint Planning Commission for said zoning change and approves and accepts the recommendations of the Planning Commission in this matter as set out in said minutes, and determines that the proposed zoning change is acceptable and should be approved. Now therefore be it ordained by the Fiscal Court of County of Bullitt, Commonwealth of Kentucky, Section 1, the above property located in the unincorporated area of Bullitt County, and more particularly described in the minutes and records of the Planning Commission in docket number 2020Z-17, is hereby changed from agricultural to R1 residential. Section 2, this ordinance take effect upon passage and publication as required by law. Section 3, should any section, provision, or part of this ordinance be declared unconstitutional or invalid for any reason by a court of competent jurisdiction, then the remainder of this ordinance shall not be affected and shall remain in full force and effect. Section 4, all ordinances and resolutions to the extent they are inconsistent herewith are hereby repealed. Given first reading and public hearing at a regular meeting of the Bullitt County Fiscal Court on the 6th day of October 2020. Given second reading and voted upon at a regular meeting of the Bullitt County Fiscal Court on the 20th day of October 2020.
Thank you, Rob.
Make a motion we approve ordinance 2016. Second.
Got a motion by Fourth District Magistrate Ray Hill, second by Second District Magistrate Logston to approve zoning ordinance 20-16. Sam, call the roll.
Mr. Logston?
Yes.
Mr. Laswell?
Yes.
Mr. Rayhill?
Yes.
Judge Summers?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Second reading of zoning ordinance 20-17, Arvina A. Robinson.
Second reading of Commonwealth of Kentucky County of Bullitt, zoning ordinance number 20-17. An ordinance relating to the changing of zoning of certain property from agricultural nonconforming to R1 residential. The property in question is 4.45 acres, more or less, located at 175 Sunshine Camp Road in an unincorporated area of the county. Whereas the Fiscal Court of Bullitt County has considered the evidence of public hearing held by the Joint Planning Commission and the recommendations of the Commission, the information provided in the staff report of the Office of Bullitt County Planning and Zoning, and the testimony and evidence presented at the public hearing held by the Fiscal Court. And whereas the Fiscal Court concurs in and adopts the reasons of the Joint Planning Commission for said zoning change and approves and accepts the recommendations of the Planning Commission in this matter as set out in said minutes, and determines that the proposed zoning change is acceptable and should be approved. And now therefore be ordained by the Fiscal Court of County of Bullitt, Commonwealth of Kentucky, Section 1, the above property located in the unincorporated area of Bullitt County, and more particularly described in the minutes and records of the Planning Commission in docket number 2020Z-18, is hereby changed from agricultural to R1 residential. Section 2, this ordinance take effect upon passage and publication as required by law. Section 3, should any section, provision, or part of this ordinance be declared unconstitutional or invalid for any reason by a court of competent jurisdiction, then the remainder of this ordinance shall not be affected and shall remain in full force and effect. Section 4, all ordinances and resolutions to the extent they are inconsistent herewith are hereby repealed. Given first reading and public hearing at a regular meeting of the Bullitt County Fiscal Court on the 6th day of October 2020. Given second reading and voted upon at a regular meeting of the Bullitt County Fiscal Court on the 20th day of October 2020.
Thank you, Rob.
I'll make a motion to approve ordinance 2017.
Got a motion by Third District Magistrate Laswell, a second by Fourth District Magistrate Ray Hill to approve zoning ordinance 20-17 as presented. Sam, call the roll.
Mr. Laswell?
Yes.
Mr. Rayhill?
Yes.
Judge Summers?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Mr. Logston?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. On number 4, action is requested to surplus the amount of vehicles. I'd like to combine that with number 11 as well. Action is requested to surplus the 1995 Chevy 1500 4x4 Black Tahoe, VIN number 1GNE K13K5S, J367192, along with a 1997 Ford F-150 4x4 1FTDX18 W4VND13591, mileage is unknown. A blow-knox paver, PF 172-05-21 HRS 1939. These are for the road department.
What about that next one, 12, is that?
12's with Larry Hatfield.
Okay. Second.
Got a motion by First District Magistrate Mitchell, a second by Second District Magistrate Logsdon to surplus the vehicles announced in action item number 4 and 11. Any discussion, gentlemen? Sam, call the roll.
Mr. Rahal?
Yes.
Judge Summers?
Yes,
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Mr. Logsdon?
Yes.
Mr. Laswell?
Yes.
Motion carried.
thank you. Action item number 5 is a request from the, to pay the workers who's going to work at the waste tower event this coming weekend by Solid Waste Coordinator Larry Hatfield. I'll make the motion to pay them.
Second.
And I got a motion on the floor by myself, a second by Second District Magistrate Logsdon to pay the workers at the waste tower event this coming weekend. Any discussion?
That's Thursday, is that Thursday, Friday, Saturday?
Yes, sir.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Half-day Saturday, Dennis. A half a day on Saturday. Any other discussion? Sam, call the roll.
Judge Summers?
Yes,
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Mr. Logsdon?
Yes.
Mr. Laswell?
Yes.
Mr. Rahal?
Yes.
Motion carried.
thank you. Action item number 6, it's not really an action item, it's a discussion on Waterford Ridge Road subdivision on the bond release. Carol, do you have any comments on that? All right. Any questions, gentlemen? Hearing none. Okay, thank you. Actions requested to cut poll workers' checks upon information from the clerk's office. I think you have an attached sheet.
Question on that, I was just looking down through it, some of them, they're all different, like you got $1,700 for one, $900 for this other one, $600 for the other one, what's the difference in the pay?
Some of them have been working
All week.
early voting.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay,
All right.
thank you.
Yeah, other than I just want to thank all the people that did work. I know we're always struggling to find workers, and those watching, if some of those are at home or some of them are even in here, I just thank you for, making the commitment to show up and work and make this election possible, because I know you're all always struggling to try to find people to fill those spots. So, yeah, we definitely want to pay them. I'll second.
Okay. Any other discussion, gentlemen? Got a motion by First District Magistrate Mitchell, a second by Second District Magistrate Logsdon to pay the poll workers as presented. Any other discussion? Hear none. Sam, call the roll, please.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Mr. Logsdon?
Yes.
Mr. Laswell?
Yes.
Mr. Rahal?
Yes.
Judge Summers?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Number 8, reappoint. I'd like to make a motion to reappoint Carolyn McLaughlin and Linda Ellis to the Bullitt County Extension Board. Their terms will begin January 1 of 2021 and expire December 30th of 2023.
Second.
Got a second by 4th District Magistrate Ray Hill. Any discussion? Hearing none. Sam, call the roll, please.
Mr. Logsdon?
Yes.
Mr. Laswell?
Yes.
Mr. Rahal?
Yes.
Judge Summers?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Number 9, actions requested for the service agreement with Jody's Business Machines. It's for the Treasurer's Office.
Everything's stayed the same.
Yes, we had the county attorney's office review the service contract, and we've got his approval.
You're happy with them, and
How long you been using it?
Since I've been up there.
That's what I'm saying, it's been around for a long time.
Well, I'll make a motion that we accept the service agreement with Jody's Business Machines.
Got a motion by Second District Magistrate Logsdon, second by Fourth District Magistrate Rayhill to accept the agreement with Jody's Machines for the, it's a fax machine copier kind of deal. Sam, call roll, please.
Mr. Laswell,
Yes.
Mr. Rayhill. Yes. Judge Summers,
Yes,
Mr. Mitchell, Mr. Logsdon,
Yes.
motion carried.
thank you. Director Harden, he's going to come up and talk about specifications for a new ambulance.
Ann, you still do very many faxes up there? Okay, just curious. Wondering.
Good morning. I won't take but just a minute here. We have been looking at purchasing our next ambulance, would fulfill about 2 or 3 different purposes. I've spoken to the judge about it, and he's wants me to write the specifications for a box ambulance, like you see. 4-wheel drive for the snow, and use it for our bariatric, our large patients. They fit in there a lot easier. It rides a lot better. It looks like 120 to 150 days out after you place the order is what they're looking at right now. These ambulance places are very, very busy. A lot of people are spending this COVA money. And let's see, this will replace one of our older ones down there, and it has multi-purpose. Again, 4-wheel drive, large for bariatric patients. My request is to let me write the specifications, see what kind of bids come back in, and I can come back in front of you with some exact numbers.
Sounds good.
We have all the power lifts in these too.
Yeah, we would order it with the power load in it and just buy the cot.
Will we do a theme with this one as well? I love the themes.
You're gonna have to excuse me a little bit. I've been back to the VA on some of my hearing
The
issues.
theme, the theme of the rap or anything, will we pick another theme or rap for this one?
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
We asked our EMTs and paramedics down there about a theme. They come up with something, and they actually come up with the autism, the last one, we did, which looks very, very well.
Yeah.
This one, it's abuse, and there was a few wanted diabetes. So as we get closer to this thing, we'll look and see what is out there. But that autistic one, really, I've had 4 or 5 calls.
Mm-hmm.
Really like that.
Yeah, I've got a lot of positive feedback from that as well. I think it's a real good thing.
And whatever it was, we looked about probably to wrap it with a nice theme and put Bullitt County on it and all. It's about $3 grand, but that's all included in the price when we write these specs out.
Okay. Any other questions, Director Harden?
Deal with the, average difference in prices.
I can throw some numbers out there. The one thing that I did find out, there is a fire department in Jefferson County that has an ambulance service. They bought, they got it a couple, 3 weeks ago. We looked at it. They gave, now this is all bells and whistles, okay? $650,000 plus one ambulance. That's a lot of money.
That's fire department money though, they got plenty.
They got plenty. My guess is, just to throw a number out there, about, we could probably get it for about 180, 185, and then we add that power load, which is another 18, so we're talking about 200,000. That is 4-wheel drive, that big 7-liter gas engine.
Was that St. Matthews, is that one of you looked at?
Is it what?
Was that St. Matthews ambulance?
I don't know.
That's a nice one.
But that was,
Yeah.
I couldn't believe somebody would spend over $650,000 one ambulance.
Director Harden, who's responsible for keeping your all's like shop clean and stuff like that? Because I was over there the other day and it was as neat. I mean, you could eat off the floor. I just wanted to, I don't know who's responsible, but I just wanted to, I wasn't digging. I was wanting to pat him on the back and say it was a.
That was Kenny, he got his
It may have been, but I just want to say, when I was over there the other day, it is really clean, and it's y'all do a good job of keeping that place professional looking.
That's part of what Don Coy does, but it's also part of what the crews do.
Okay.
When they're washing ambulances, and cleaning those cars and stuff there, they sweep and mop, and they do a pretty good job keeping it, like you say, it stays clean. We go over and look at it once in a while, walk through it, and, while Rhonda Walls has been down there, she's been over there about every day, and I've been working with emergency management stuff out of Frankfurt when I can, and
All right.
just trying to get through, a day at a time coming back. And see how
Well, just tell them, it looks really nice, and just wanted to say, because it was very clean, professional, and.
We are, I'd mentioned to the deputy judge here, we had a couple of our EMTs and paramedics want us to do something for the community for Halloween. So they're talking about creating a drive-through our bay, have 3 or 4 ambulances there, and we can put the red lights on, let the kids, nobody gets out of their vehicles, they just drive through. And we hand candy out to them as they drive through and let them look at the red lights flashing and whatever else, you know. That'd be nice. So I think it'd be well received for.
Yep.
Will you give us a date on that and everything, when you'll do that?
You wanted a date, like as soon as you find out a date, let us know.
Yeah, probably be that Saturday.
Halloween.
My guess is.
It'd be October 30th then.
Halloween.
Yeah.
4 or 5 o'clock, I mean, before dark?
Yeah, I'm just guessing at that, but we'll let you know, you can come down if you want to.
Dennis needs time to pick out his costume.
He's trying to see if you can get that the day before so he can get that out of his house.
There you go.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay. Any other questions or comments? Like I say, we're looking about 200,000 with that.
Yeah. But
Glad you're back, Ken.
and also to help you a little bit, Director, in retrospect, though, a regular ambulance would cost us right at close to $100,000. So you're talking about $100,000 difference.
And there are a lot, I mean, I've been up St. Louis, well, I see St. Louis.
Right.
I've got good friends that work up there, and I've been up there looking and seeing, and it's like, whose paycheck are y'all,
Yeah.
who signs it? But it's not, I mean, them box trucks they're plenty of room, you get bigger people in there, you can move around, and, you know, the sprinters, they move a lot when you're going down thing, and if you're working on a patient, it's a little bit hazardous to do, but the box trucks, it's like riding in a sled.
Yep.
They have that new suspension under them. Ford's come up with a new liquid suspension. And you can hit these bumps around here and never feel it. I mean, it's
Yep.
very nice.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay,
Appreciate
thank you.
Thank you, Director Harden. Okay, at this time, Portia, H-A-R-T, Hartway, from Park Loop Road in Shepherdsville.
Good morning.
Yes, ma'am. How are you?
Good. So I'm coming to you guys, I'm with a company, a staffing agency called CR. We're a little bit different than the staffing agencies in the area because we don't have a traditional brick and mortar, but we staff for 2 different locations out here, the Saddle Creek, which is like behind UPS warehouse, and then for Tower International, which is right by the swap meet. I was trying to see if we would be able to set up an information booth in your guys' lobby or hallway, just so that we can get information out in regards to employing people.
Okay. And to help you a little bit, where we stand with that right now, we're getting ready, Bullitt County's moved into the red zone of COVID-19.
Okay.
And what the judge executive is going to ask the court is so we will go back to YouTube meetings until we move out of the red zone. So after that, that would be a request that could be doable.
Okay.
Okay? To be fair with you.
So in regards to that, is there someone that I can follow up with?
You
once
can
we-
follow up with our office, either Candy, our county coordinator, myself, or
Okay.
deputy judge.
Okay.
Okay?
Awesome. Do you have any idea when we'd be moving out of the red zone?
No, it's when the numbers come back
Yeah.
to,
Okay. Thank you so much.
What was the name of your company
We're
again?
with CR. It stands for Carolina Recruitment.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
Are you working with anybody actively right now in the county or anybody in the city that's needing? Yeah.
Yeah, well,
They're working with, Tire Motive and who else?
Tower International, which is also Tower,
Tower Motive,
they changed their name, and then Saddle Creek
yep.
Logistics, which is behind the UPS. Shares the building with Veritiv, if you know where Veritiv is.
Mm-hmm.
We're kind grab another car.
Thank you. Uh-huh.
Just gonna write my name and my extension on it, sorry.
Yeah, thanks for being here. We need to get people back to work for sure, so if there's anybody.
I felt like it would definitely be a good partnership, just, you know, with the economy and everything, and we've been feeling the burn.
Right.
That did not come out right, extension.
So how do you say your first name?
Portia?
Portia, just like Portia the car.
Yep.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, guys.
Uh-huh. Okay, at this time, Dennis, any comments?
Was he going in executive session?
And if we do that, I'd rather do the comments first.
Did we add a, sorry, did we add 12 to that last?
Oh, no, I forgot number 12, I'm sorry. And this is for Director Hatfield. Actions requested to surplus vehicles, a 1995 Ford truck, VIN number FDNF80CSS. V is in Virgil, A is in Apple, 23687, and a 2000 John Deere tractor with a 5-foot bush hog, VIN number 4200C327963. Those are Director Hatfield's. He would use for the landfill and stuff.
Is that a motion you made, or?
Yes,
I'll
making the motion.
second the motion.
Any other discussion, gentlemen? Good catch there, Magistrate Rahill. Sam, call roll, please.
Mr. Rahal?
Yes.
Judge Summers?
Yes,
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Mr. Logston?
Yes.
Mr. Laswell?
Yes.
Motion carried.
thank you. Okay.
One thing, and I talked to John and everything earlier, and he's gonna try to get back with us next meeting and everything. John, you can look at it, Shelby County ordinance and everything.
I will do so.
Building ordinance.
Okay.
That's all I got.
All I got, Carol's here. I just want to say thank you to the road department. I've got a lot of positive calls and feedback. Of course, you all completed Greenbrier, so that's an amazing project over there. That widening made a big difference, but then it wasn't much after that. You jumped across 44, and I know Magistrate Rahill, my district, you all done a lot of work right there in a much needed area. They just finished up Bogard. And then something I thought was very interesting and good, and I've got some feedback, was you all, I don't know if people aware of this, but the road department, correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm saying this wrong, Carol, but went into agreement with the city of Mount Washington, and the city of Mount Washington is going to pay our road department back to actually pave a portion of the road that went through Rivercrest subdivision. So my district is adjacent to Mr. Rahill's district, so you all repaved Bogard going into Rivercrest. When you get into Rivercrest, it turns into the city, but instead of not doing nothing or waiting for the city, we went ahead and paved that. The city's going to reimburse us for that through Rivercrest. And then when you come out of Rivercrest, you come back into my district too. And drove through there a couple of times over the last few weeks, and it's an amazing difference. Bogard being repaved, Bleemel being repaved, and then moving on over to Armstrong. So I've got a lot of messages and a lot of calls saying thank you, and I can't take the credit for it. I want to thank you for being here in the road department for doing all that resurface and paving, and even a little bit of widening there in some of those areas. So Carol, let everybody know over there, we really appreciate it. I know in our area up there, and it's made a big difference. So just want to say thank you while you're here and pass that on.
Okay, good deal.
Good job, Carol.
All right. Magistrate Laswell,
Don't have anything.
Magistrate Rahill.
I'm good, Judge. I just, again, say, all our departments are, really doing really well.
Good.
It's amazing. We don't get as many calls as we used to. So it's good. The phone splits are ringing. That means that we're doing a good job. We want to thank you. So,
Good deal.
planning and zoning going to Zoom Thursday?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
And I also want to say, I want to thank police and everything, because they're working with that situation on Brooks Hill and everything, and I appreciate what y'all doing on this.
Yeah, they're doing really well on that. They're going to end up over across the street, I'm sure. Anything else, Joe?
No, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
I would like to say this, Director Hardin's gone, but them and the staff down there, we're running 7 ambulances every day. I mean, literally every day now. 5 at nighttime, plus an 8th ambulance that's stationed literally and does nothing but transfers from U of L South to in town. And it was absolutely a great attaboy to have the U.S. Senate Majority Leader on such short notice bounce in here to do a press conference, a national press conference in front of one of our new state-of-the-art ambulances in our EMS center. That was absolutely a huge vote of confidence for us and our group. We talked about the early voting. Bullitt County now, guys, is in the red zone. And what I would like to do is make a motion that we go to YouTube Live and a little bit of Zoom or Facebook, whatever it takes, until we get out of the red zone, starting with our November meetings, probably through December, because we've also moved planning and zoning and the Board of Adjustments into it as well. I think it's better for the health and well-being of our citizens in the community, because to date, we've had 1,240 cases in Bullitt County. We still have 440 that's active. 786 folks have recovered, and unfortunately, today we've had 14 deaths. So this is where we're at, and I'm going to make that motion that we move into it. We're still under 39A, but I'll make a motion for the to move the court into those.
I'll second.
And got a second by third district magistrate Laswell. Any other discussion, gentlemen, members of the court? Sam, call the roll, please.
Judge Summers?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Mr. Logston?
No.
Mr. Laswell?
Yes.
Mr. Rahal?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Yes.
Can you all include planning commission and board of adjustments in the letter? Just so no, they can, just so there's no questions about from the numbers?
What, for them to get on the Zoom call?
Yes.
I think it's public, right? Anybody can get on.
Well, I'm just saying,
She's wanting, well, and to help you a little bit, Felicia, we're still under 39A, so it is what it is. Okay? Fair enough. Okay. And Dennis, back to you. You have a request for what?
Well, I had, John, addressed it and everything, because it was in regards to our building ordinance. He's gonna get with Shelby County, look at their ordinance also. We gotta do something about construction on these houses.
Okay.
We gotta do it. Hurt a lot of our young folks.
Executive session, I think, is so it.
No, I thought you said you wanted an executive session for a reason.
Yeah, we do need executive session. That form of motion.
Second.
Got a motion by First District Magistrate Mitchell, a second by Second and Fourth District Magistrates Logston and Rahal to go into executive session to discuss what? Personnel. Okay. Sam, call the roll.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Mr. Logston?
Yes.
Mr. Laswell?
Yes.
Mr. Rahal?
Yes.
Judge Summers?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you.
I'm good.
Yep, I need that. Thank you. That's good.